What's up, guys? Welcome to Braca. Save this for third. Don't ask me why I didn't start here, but here we are. Fallen Order Speedrun Tutorial Part 1. Braca. The absolute worst place ever. 10 minutes of cutscenes, 8 minutes of gameplay. So, we're gonna get started straight off, right into it. First thing we're gonna do here is we start right here on this platform, and the goal here is to beat Prof, and we can only walk here, we can't run yet. So the fastest way to get anywhere at this point is to roll. We're gonna roll this way off to the left. We're gonna jump, grab this. I'm not gonna beat Prof because he had a head start on me. So you can jump over these corners, or you can just like roll. I haven't noticed a difference of just rolling around the corner. So we're rolling all the way up here. Jump on here, hit this little cutscene. Usually my time for hitting that cutscene, grabbing that ledge is around 20 to 21 seconds on my live split. So as soon as this ends, we do another roll into the crawl space, and now we're doing a roll here, and there's an invisible wall. And usually I see, as you can see, like I rolled into an invisible wall. So like I wait until Prof, if you have subtitles enabled, like basically when the hell goes away, you can roll again. So it's like you roll once, walk, and then roll again to avoid running into that invisible wall. Don't ask me why it's there. So then onto this slide, we're going to jump off here at the bottom around this light to the left. Normally you would want to land like here if you get a really nice jump. That time I didn't get a great jump on that angle there, so we latched that, grabbed that ledge, and that would have been a reset right there for me. So once we got to the bottom of that platform, we gained the ability to run. So now we're running the whole time. And this is all straightforward, just platforming here. And you could watch my movement and see how I do this. Here we're going to utilize fast climbing, like I showed you guys in the Begano 1 video. We're always going to grab the closest spot to the edge when we climb these things. So I'll show you up in a minute here when we're coming up. Here on balance beams, we're always jumping, because obviously walking is slow as hell. So we hit this crawl space here. Generally I hit it around 1 minute and 56 seconds. Can be faster, but that's, if I hit it 1 minute 56, I know I'm decent on my movement. And about the fast climbing is basically when you're jumping, you're hitting your grab button, so you grab on earlier and you can keep jumping faster. So it's like A and then left trigger on a controller, and a keyboard I think it's E. But so this is what I was talking about earlier here. So when we come up to this spot right here, we want to jump and grab the left, as far left as possible on this. So then we jump up once and we can immediately go around the corner, jump up again. 1, 2, 3, drop down. Normally you don't land on this platform like that, but that's amazing. Normally you'll land in a ledge grab down there. Now we're coming to a ledge here where we're going to skip this climbing section, and we're going to jump directly off the ledge onto this. So I'll basically like look down, jump. You want to avoid that as well, grabbing that. And if you do land, when you're dropping from a high distance, you're going to get a stumbling animation, okay? And what you want to do to cancel that animation is dodge. And okay, so as you saw there, that rope swing, basically at the height of the rope swing, I let go and I try to land right here on this grate. So you save a little bit of time, jump across, immediately drop down. Here we're jumping off the edge of the slide, trying to get over onto this ramp as far as we can. Climb this rope. I usually hit this rope around anywhere between 2 minutes and 46 seconds to 250 is like a really bad time for me, like super bad. But yeah, so here again we're jumping. rolling up this hill because rolling up hills are faster. Now we're gonna come off to the side and jump and grab the side. We're gonna like move Cal in the air so we don't have to go around that corner.
All right, plan secured. Whoa, you okay? Still here. Give me a fright there, pal. Done. Hang on, I got this.
Here we're gonna jump. I messed that up a little bit, but ideally you want to get up there in 2 jumps.
Jedi fighter.
Generally want to hit that cutscene around 3:36 is a good time. 3:38 is average.
Whoever flew this went down in a blaze of glory. Those Jedi.
Now here it's just, you know, we slide down the thing. I'll save you guys the RP. Like I said, a million cutscenes. But basically when we get to the bottom of this slide, you want to avoid hitting any of the walls. You can hit the trash piles, doesn't slow you down. The walls slow you down. And then once we hit the QT at the end, we're spamming our slow button, and then we go into more cutscenes. So here we are on the train. Generally, I hit this train at around 13 minutes and 16 seconds. Our wall touch, the only thing I really left out here was the wall touch on the train where you walk through the train and you just basically hold forward, and then on the third door we're turning around and walking to the wall where we interact, and Jarth Paul comes out and says trust only in the Force. And that can be anywhere from, my average is about 9 minutes 55 seconds for that wall touch. 9:53 is a good time. One time I actually hit it at 9:50. It was crazy. I don't know what happened. But for a starter, for a beginner, 10 minutes is a good number to aim for on that wall touch. Now, so here we are in the train. We're going to hit our attack button twice. Now we're going to come forward through this door, and we're going to have to do our little block tutorial, but I'm going to take a second to talk a little bit about where the game really, the speedrun really begins right here. And the shitty thing about Braca is that it's literally 13 minutes to get to this, and this is the only thing that matters. And people ask me, why is Braca hard? Okay, it's because you get here after 13 minutes of basically all cutscenes, and then you go to TLJ up onto the top of this train car and you fall off, or you get the camera bug. You have to reset. Okay, this guy, he's a son of a bitch. Now what we're gonna do here, I have a tutorial about target lock jumps, and let me lower my audio here. Might be a little loud, you guys can hear me. So target lock jumps, you are, let's see if I can target this thing. This is a target lock jump, okay? You're jumping and then you're hitting block at the proper time, or you can use slow. I use slow. These guys you want to use slow because they're going to be shooting you, and if you block, chances are you're going to deflect their blaster bolt and you're going to kill them. So you don't want to use block on these guys. So we're going to head into this tutorial, block tutorial, and what I do is I kill the stormtrooper on the right, and I come over here, and this is where the magic happens. Okay, we're gonna target lock onto that stormtrooper, and generally you're gonna stand in the middle here, and we're gonna TLJ up on top of this train car. But the thing is, you want to land on the side of the train car, because if you land in the middle of the train car, there is a well-known camera bug where Cal gets stuck looking backwards. I'm not going to show that because I already did a video on that. If you check on my YouTube channel, you'll find that one. So I'm going to go ahead and do this TLJ here. It's a little annoying because he's shooting at you, so it's an annoying TLJ to do. And slowing him helps. So we're going to jump across here. Now, if you fall there, do not fall off, because you're going to respawn at the beginning all the way back here. So that's another thing why Braca sucks, because if you fall off, if you miss that, and you respawn at the beginning, you lost 30 seconds or more. So you have to reset. If you are going for a good time, you have to reset, and this is why Braca sucks. So we're coming here. We've got our second TLJ of the run. We're skipping the tutorial car. I'm slowing this guy as I fall. I'm TLJing up onto this thing. Now, it's important here that you run on top of these grates. Otherwise, the stormtroopers in front of us will not spawn. We're skipping a climbing section there. We're running past these. Once I get to the end, I'm turning around. I'm getting a target lock on these, jumping back down, and we're going to do another TLJ onto this train car, saving a little bit of time again. Now, I'll show you when I jump off this platform what I meant before with the dodge animation cancel. So I'm going to dodge as soon as I hit the ground to like cancel that little bit of animation here. Now for this, we're running to dodge the blasters down the right side. Now we're running straight down the center, and when you hear this spaceship start spooling up, you want to start rolling so you don't get hit by the blaster bolts, okay? Now we're going into a climbing section here. We're going to jump down and we're going to land on that. And again, I'm going to utilize fast climb in pretty much all of these sections. You can see, look at my controller inputs, how I do it. Jumping across. We want to hug the right side here. Fast climbing again across. You don't want to get that slow climb across that ledge. Now here you can jump up and then jump across, actually. And then you can jump up there. It's a little bit of a time save. Again, fast climbing. So once we hit this cutscene here, about 1540 is a fucking amazing time for this cutscene. But it could anywhere, it could range depending on your TLJ success rate. It could range anywhere from 1540 to 16 minutes or even more. If you're starting off, you know. You could have 19-minute Braccas are great for basically anyone. I mean, only people who are really pushing in the top 3, whatever, you know, like if highly experienced speedrunners who have been doing this for a very, very long time are pushing sub 19s, 1840, 1830. Again, fast climb here. But you could have an, you know, one second, I'll talk about this. This grate's a little bit weird with the fast climbing, but you know, get up that. So like I was saying, 19-20 minute Braccas when you're starting off, even 21-minute Braccas, you know, it's normal because this place, the TLJs are hard, man. Like, you can't underestimate it. So we're running here to the end. Now, sometimes I like to kill this stormtrooper, sometimes I don't. I'm not going to do it right now. So again, we're target lock jumping. Very important thing that you just saw right there. You cannot move at all, and it's more common with a controller, okay? I moved while jumping, and you cannot move while doing a target lock jump, or it will not work. So now I have everything on top of me, and this is really bad. This would be a terrible thing to happen in an actual run. So, yeah, this is why Bracca is Bracca, dude. Okay? I'll be able to TLJ eventually. Alright, we made it. We did it. We're here. Fucking... I'm gonna edit that out of the video. We're jumping across the gap here. Now, okay, so this is where we get into heavy territory, where there is a skip here that saves you about anywhere between 10 and 15 seconds. I'm going to try and get it on video. I need a timer to do it, so it's very precise timing. Now, normally you would walk into the grate right here, and it would trigger the cutscene where the ship comes, blows up the train, and you slide down and you get on the mantis. So, my skip that I discovered is you run to the end. We're going to skip this cutscene. You're going to run to the end of the train, and you're going to jump off because this, despite the fact that the cutscene didn't play and the train didn't break, the slide is still there. It's underground outside the map. Now, let me see if I can get a timer going for you real quick. Okay, now it is Very important. The timing for this skip is extremely precise, and if you are starting out, if you are a beginner, this is not something you want to do, because literally if you get here and you miss this skip, you have to restart Bracca. And that's why I say, when I say Bracca is the hardest split, this is why. So we're gonna jump off, and this is a lot easier to do on a controller. A lot of the keyboard players don't do this skip. A lot of people don't do this skip because it's too hard and it literally ends your run. Hopefully I don't void out you, and maybe I'll void out and show you guys, but we'll see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop down here, and as soon as I hit the ground, I'm gonna start my timer. I actually started a little bit late there. So you're jumping at 15 seconds. You're gonna see Cal's head start to go beneath the ground. His body's gonna start going underground. I'm gonna jump a little early here, right now. And we're gonna hit the loading trigger, and we're gonna grab the mantis, and trigger this cutscene. Because the loading trigger is still there. That actually, I'll end this timer. The loading trigger is actually still there, even though the geometry isn't there. But basically, my timing wasn't perfect on that. But if you don't jump at the right time, what's going to happen there is you're going to fall into a void. And you're just going to fall forever until you respawn, like, and it's going to be like totally black and you can't finish the level. So you have to quit back to the menu and reload your save. And that right there is like you lose minutes from that if you miss that skip. So that's basically why you have to restart if you miss that. So once we come down here, you know, we have this cutscene with Trilla, and then we have the fight. And so what we're gonna do, we play on story mode, just because it's fucking speedrun. So we're gonna immediately switch to Jedi Grandmaster so that she kills us in 3 hits. And I'm just gonna run at her. You know, let her chop me in half. And then we're gonna hit this QTE. Obviously I have QTEs disabled, so I don't have to press anything, but we're gonna split here. As soon as you see the mantis pop up, well, the camera will turn around and split right there. Now that's it. That's it for Bracca, guys. And then we're immediately going to go back to story mode. Very important, because you don't want to go into Bogano 1 on Jedi Grandmaster and get owned by one of those little roly-polies or Ogdo Bogdo or something. But that's it, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. You know, Bracca's not that much, but literally it's all train. Beginning doesn't matter, but I figured, you know, I'll give you guys a little bit of insight on the movement and how that works. And hopefully I covered everything in terms of the route and the TLJs. And don't worry too much about that skip at the end. And if you do try it, you will see what happens, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial.